Good day.
Okay.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, or mental gen.
Mental gin.
Mental gen.
Welcome
Mental gin.
here.
Okay. Enough of that. Hello, we are the idiotic team that you know as Shinigami Chop. We here at Shinigami Chop
Idiotic.
love all of you. I'm Nero. Hello. My mic quality may be bad, and it has been bad in the last 3 or 4 videos, and I apologize for that. It's not my mic that sucks. It's my reception due to me being in Ireland and those guys being in America/Canada. So, wanted to apologize for that. Let's hop onto the live streamer and see how many people, or if there's even anyone there. Obviously,
there's
it's
about
recorded.
8 people watching on my channel right now.
Both same. It's just so we get more of an angle from the subscribers.
Yep. My name is Panda. I'm the lead developer of 1LifeONLINE. I do everything from animating to rigging to modeling. And some of you probably talked to me before.
Yep.
And
before we get into the main discussion points, do you want to just see if people have any questions?
yeah, we'll
Fire
start
up
out with
with those.
questions actually. I do not mind
Just
if you
shoot.
call me Panda. That's what most people call me, Panda, actually.
Onto the Dylan M. Lee engine gameplay, and I'm not sure what's going on in the other page.
Yeah, I'll take care of my page, you take care of yours.
Everything is going on the other page. It's like a party over there. You should totally
It
see it.
is, actually.
Okay. Suteki B, you are a god amongst men, and I love you. This is Nero, by the way. I can't even read your name, bro. Your text is green and it's luminous. It's burning my eyes. You might want to change that.
Oh my goodness, that is very green. Anyway,
Look. Oh my god, his name is Anderson. That's right. I can be like, Mr. Anderson, thank you for your kind donation.
anyway, so...
This world stinks of sweat, Mr. Anderson. Okay, enough Matrix
Shush,
quotes.
Nero.
I'm sorry. Hello, Bankai Dylan. That's probably Dylan from
Yeah, we're gonna start out with some questions. If you guys have any questions at all, just type them in the not rate call.
Oh wait, no, we completely forgot.
What?
We have 2 other members here with us.
Oh,
It's certainly quiet. Yola, do you want to say hello?
Question Blair 32. There will be playable in the near future. It's
Okay,
one of the-
hang on.
Dylan.
That's what we're currently working on.
Shuna person in the other chat, we can't see you. You might want to go on to the twitch.tv/1LifeOnline. You might want to be in both chats because we are trying to balance it from here and our channel, so we can see all of your questions and such. But before we get down to the business, we have 2 other members here, and they're fairly quiet. Yola, do you want to say hello?
Hey guys, I'm Phila. I draw the concept art, and Dylan, Panda, Nero, these guys. Oh yeah, the art was great, but I think they're below average. If you guys like them, that's
You guys have seen her art. What do you guys think?
Say? No, what?
Her concept art is amazing.
Her
We can
concept
all
art.
agree upon that.
Yeah.
so that one that you guys said was good with the dark outline. That I agree with.
Yeah, the black outline certainly adds to the detail.
Yeah.
And then we have Philip. Philip, do you want to introduce yourself if you're currently there?
Yeah, I'm Phil. I'm a programmer for 1Life.
Philip.
Such a beautiful,
Right.
beautiful heavenly voice.
It is. Phil actually joined us how long ago? About a week ago, right? And he's
2 weeks ago, two and a
yeah,
half.
2.5 weeks ago, and he has done so much work. And I
Little baby, he's the newest. He's the newborn.
yeah, and I personally, out in public, want to thank you for all your work you've done. I've seen some of the work you've done, and it is pretty awesome, to be honest. So I
Yeah,
wanted
like
to
the
thank
whole,
you.
I kind of feel right now like, oh, I feel like somebody's about to stab me and all my guts are going to spill out about
Really?
all the stuff that we've done. I'm talking about me blurting out all the stuff. You have not seen the stuff we have done. Nero, I am a 3D modeler. My work is definitely under par. But me and Panda combined, we can create some very good-looking models. And today I have created a lot of them, and we can't show people just because we want to get a working game out there before we actually show anything. But not a working game, just a tester, I suppose you could say, for people that can, jump in and try out. And as we said before, as we've mentioned before, this is a community-driven game. Therefore, if you guys have anything to offer, anything you feel personally you would like to offer, it'll be definitely appreciated, and we'll willingly accept it. Like Dylan here, Bankai Dylan in the chat. He wants to do sword models and stuff like that, and it's definitely appreciated. Like, you have no idea how much we love the community. You guys are something brilliant. We got a few bad eggs in the batch. You call us, well, not necessarily call us scammers. They just say that we're kind of trying to grab money, and that we're trying to grab money, and that anybody can create what we've shown in that video. As we've already mentioned in that video, maybe the guy who said that needed to wash his ears out, because what we said in that video was, it is an engine demo. It's a tech demo to show you what the engine is like. Of course, Dylan, you could have done a better job showing the physics of the game and such, and lighting and whatnot. But that does not matter. It'll be touched upon in a future update. The main point
is our first dev diary.
Yeah, the main point is that we're passionate about this game, like definitely. And after we started and we got more members and we got a larger community, our passion has only gotten stronger for this, and we've been working non-stop, trying to push stuff out. We've got so much stuff, like folders packed with stuff for the game, but we cannot release it to you. Just trust us, we are not scammers whatsoever. We want the community to get involved with us. It's basically a game where a bunch of dudes on the internet come together to recreate something or make something based upon the anime that we all have come to know and love. So, yeah, and so Techie B, I know you're saying go Dylan, but you yourself, sir, you are awesome as well. Thank you for all the money you have donated and just the dedication that you've shown.
Oh.
Like you, Dylan, Adam, like most of these guys, you're all pretty damn dedicated, and we love you for that.
Anyway,
and Techie, let me just say something. Because of the amount that you've thrown in, the ideas you've been putting out, I started creating a stress test package so that way you can help us stress test the game from now on. Same thing. Test package, because we want.
Yeah, go ahead.
We want you to help. The amount you've been helping us like that, we're going to give you something in return.
Pretty much, yeah. You're fairly dedicated, and just to answer Aro's question, so he doesn't feel left out. I would gently pat your head, Aro, for ignoring you. But do we need a writer? Yes. We would love to have writers, voice actors, anything you can pretty much offer. As we said, the main factor that we kind of hold together is that it is a community-driven game. If you want to add some input in it, if you want to offer stuff to us, it's completely fine. Of course, we have to take it into consideration first and go over it with the team, but, it's definitely appreciated if you're willing to offer stuff to us.
let me cut in
Yeah, I'm
real
done
quick.
with my rant now, by the way. That's / and rant.
Let me cut in real quick. So, if you want to submit something, I am currently working almost non-stop to get the One Life website up. Um, so once I get that website up, you can register, log in, and you can also submit your ideas once I get that up, which will probably be within the next week. So you can, submit it, and it'll go directly to us. And
Can I jump in for a second?
yeah,
It's kind of
no
annoyed
problem.
me, but why is the title of this stream called One Life Online Test Broadcast?
Sorry about that.
Can we
probably
can we remove that?
yeah, probably. Let me change that real quick.
Is anyone watching the
Just a
Go
second,
into
Blair.
Lost Channel version?
Blair, if you have signed up on the forums, like, you're pretty much part of our community now, so, welcome to the family. We're quite messed up, but it's gonna be a good ride and adventure. You don't need to have 3D modeling skills. Like, that's definitely not a core thing that you need to have. If you've got a creative mind and you can offer stories, even if you don't have a creative mind, if you can, I don't know, go and tell your friends, maybe see people that do have stuff, like just a human resource. If you want to,
Talk to people.
supply people with answers from what we've already said before. People are currently asking a lot of questions, and we've already previously mentioned them. You can sort that out. Like, anything you can possibly do as a human being will help us. Okay, that's the way it kind of works.
So I'm gonna cut in. If you guys want to start asking questions, so I can make a list of them and just start reading them out, and so that way we can keep an organized answer and just go on from the next question. So anything on your mind that you want to ask, you can ask, and we'll do our best to, get a full answer out there from what we can actually release.
Coolio.
I'll just answer this one real quick.
Okay.
We
But just a second, Soteki, as he just said, you might want to think about a list of questions, and then we'll kind of go in order and call people out if they have any questions to do so. He's just trying to keep it uniform and keep everything, tidy. We don't want people spamming up the chat like crazy. So, sure, this question will be answered for now, but in 30 seconds we will get to everybody, so go ahead.
I will start answering. We are going to make our models look lifelike, but we're going to add a certain shader on it to make it appear as if it's anime style. And you could...
Basically, it's going to have bright colors, yet at the same time be realistic.
And we're also going to have...
Think of a game like Tales of... like Tales of series, if you type that into Google, like Tales of Exilia, or one of my personal favorites, Tales of Vesperia. It's an anime style, but it's realistic at the same time, and it's got a nice cell shading to it. It works very well, and the combat to it is very nice and fluid as well.
We don't have any trouble
We
with
don't have
copyright.
any trouble with copyright now. We've been very
Careful.
smart upon this. Well, smart and careful at the same time. There's certain flaws that happen. Like, we had to change the name of the game. We had to secretly kind of say it was based loosely upon Sword Art Online, whereas it's really based upon it kind of rather heavily. We just had to, sneak around things, I guess you could say. But it's definitely fine. It's not going to be an issue. And if it is, then we can definitely change it in the future.
And I've actually contacted, when I was on my own, before I merged with you guys, I actually contacted the company that made the Sword Art game. And they basically gave me a whole entire list of stuff I couldn't use. And I've made sure that we stayed away from that. So.
And I do not call bullshit on that, because Eula also told me that she may get to go and visit the studio. She's a lucky dog.
Yeah, she is.
Anyway, Nero, Pan, Eula, and Phil, inside Raid Call sent you a link to download the latest update for Reaper Engine, so just connect in and should be able to place it.
I'm
Just
not
to show
gonna play.
multiplayer connectivity.
Oh, okay, fine.
Okay, we'll all do this, but we'll still do questions. Pretty much what Dylan is trying to say. We are going to all hop onto the Reaper engine to show you all that multiplayer connectivity does work and function.
Do you want to know my
Currently, we do not have the money for proper server hosting. Well, we haven't invested in them. So I will personally have lag because I'm in Ireland and they're all roughly in the same area. So you'll see me hopping about the screen and glitching everywhere, which is completely
Just like
understandable
normal.
as I'm in Ireland. We haven't got proper servers yet as we're still working on the fundamentals for the game.
But because we got the funding from Mr. Anderson, we'll be able to afford
Yeah.
the server within the next week.
Definitely.
And
Like, we
stress
cannot thank
testing
you
will
enough
be
for that.
open.
We really
Yeah.
can.
You really helped us get off the ground here.
Also, we could totally buy the Oculus Rift Dev kit right now if we wanted to, but we're going to invest in server hosting because it's giving back to the players.
Yeah. Yeah, and then, and then as soon as we get enough
Mr.
after that,
Anderson, thank you very
I'm going
much.
to walk down to a place where I know I'm going to pay in cash, in hand, for the Oculus Rift Dev kit, and take pictures of every step of the way.
So, okay. And
Yeah, no, Dylan, that'll be decided upon, Dylan. You do not get the decision to get the Oculus Rift, okay? That is not your choice.
okay,
You just want it for
hold
yourself.
up, hold up.
I'm the one working on the engine. I'm the one who needs it.
We will toss a coin, or we'll play tic-tac-toe, or we will do rock, paper, scissors, something like that.
Okay, in regards to the Oculus Rift, a lot of people have actually been personal messaging me. The Oculus Rift is something that we're all very excited for and something we all want to see in the game. But it is a very difficult coding process, actually.
Actually, I wasn't 100% honest with you when I said why we're going with torsion. Like, you know how I said we're using torsion script to run Reaper Engine
Dylan.
because it was easiest?
Completely off topic.
Yes.
Anyway, the Oculus Rift itself, we are hoping to implement it into the game, but as it is not available for commercial use yet, and the dev kit is still a very downgraded version of that, I personally don't know, as I'm a 3D modeler. I'm pretty sure Panda's looked into the specs and how it works with compatibility and such, but, you know, hopefully it will be a basis. That's why we are including first person. Not only for that, but to add a more immersive aspect. We will hopefully be able to make it compatible with Oculus Rift. A lot of people say it's easy, but it is absolutely not. We've read up on it multiple times. Trust me, nobody more than us wants the Oculus Rift for our game.
Anyway, so the Oculus Rift. Back to before I was interrupted by Dylan, which he needs
Yay.
to stop
Thank you, Dylan.
interrupting people. Anyway, yes, the coding. Dylan is working on the engine that we're going to use, but the coding is going to be a different part of it, and especially for the animators, myself, and the 3D modelers, Nero and myself, it will be even harder for us because you actually have to think about the Oculus Rift being used. And so I'm thinking it's not going to come out until the third update. And once we get that third update out, we will release kind of like a alpha version of it. And that way we'll have, more players to test it out on. That way we can get it perfect the first time instead of having to go over, 5 or 6 times trying to get even one thing working. We'll have a lot of feedback constantly.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to take 30 seconds roughly out of our speaking time here because I just want to go over 2 things. One of them is Blair's question, which I will get to in a minute, but the first thing I want to mention to people is that you as fans, the people that are watching this now, you as fans, to us, we don't see you as like ants because we are not a massive corporation. We are not people that are going to be greedy. We are not corporate, pretty much. You see a big company that would create a game like, say, I don't know, Ragnarok, something like that. They don't really take community input, and all they want is microtransactions and such like that. We don't know yet. That is further detail into the process of our game. We do not know yet, but what I'm trying to say or get at is that I keep saying community-driven input. That's what I keep saying. I've said that word about 16 times in every video because that's pretty much what it is. We are still the basis members, but we we want you guys to help out in any form or way that you want to. You know, if you feel the need to come and join us, then go ahead. Like, be our guest. You know, we are community driven, and that's what we are. We aren't going to look down on you, ignore your questions, not do polls and all that kind of stuff. We will reply to every message that we see, and we will continue to do so even if we get large.
Okay,
Now on to Blair's question.
let me cut in real quick.
Okay.
Sorry, Blair. Phil has not had a chance to talk. He's been working on our inventory system, so I shall start out the inventory just because we need Phil to start talking a little bit more. Is that okay with you guys?
Yeah, it's completely fine. Just let me answer Blair's question.
Okay.
And then
Go ahead.
You can do whatever. Okay, Blair, you questioned, you said about the NPCs or enemy design. There is not much enemy design, but there are models of enemies, which we cannot show you, obviously, but there are models of enemies. It's also a very tough thing because getting realistic models and even getting it the way that you want is very tough. Not just drawings, but I mean the models themselves. So if anybody out there has any experience with modeling characters, then come to us. But your question, yes, you can definitely help out on that. You can definitely help out on that. I know Eula is a concept artist, but she's not going to hog all the glory. I mean, her glory is quite massive already. I mean, she's brilliant at it, but I'm pretty sure she could use some help. So if you want to help with drawings, then you certainly can. Go for it.
Okay. Well, I have to say, Eula is actually one of the best drawers that I've seen in the anime field. Anyway, so for the inventory, we have actually started working on our inventory now that we have Phil. He's honestly been working non-stop to get this so we could, our small team could alpha test it. So, as to the inventory, we are going to have the animation where you can lift your hand up, bring your hand down, and it'll be a holographic looking inventory system. We'll have, instead of one picture for every single item, we'll have one picture for every group. So say if there's a, basic, uncommon, advanced, and then gold, we'll have a picture for an advanced weapon, a picture for the basic weapon, and so on. So that way you can keep your weapons more organized, you can keep your armor more organized. And I'll go on to Phil for the rest because he's been working on a lot of the coding. So anytime you want to cut in, Phil? If at all.
I don't really know what to say. It's databases and stuff on.
It's okay, Philip. Calm down. The fans are not going to eat you.
Right.
Just explain it whatever way you want.
I don't know. Jordan pretty much said it's divided up based off of the weapon rather than the individual weapon having its own icon. Looks pretty much the exact same as SAO's system.
I see. So it's pretty much the exact same sort of system.
Anything?
Yeah, we've got a great GFX artist. He created the interface for the inventory, and then Philip did a absolutely fantastic job on the buttons and such. I really cannot wait to see it implemented into the engine, which should be in the near future, definitely, and hopefully get it to the way we want it. It should work. So, yes, indeedy.
So another question. I'll look up the first question. Yes.
You said what are some other hurdles?
Yes, that one. There's a lot of hurdles in a game development. As you can, if you were following Guild Wars 2, you would have known they had to push back their development from a year to 2 years and then 3 years, and then after that they were still kind of pushing it off a little bit. there's the money hurdle, of course. Then there's any errors that happen in coding, which could be something as small as an eye not blinking correctly or something like that. Or it can be as big as a whole entire server going down and we have to completely redo the whole entire coding.
No, definitely. Can I just add the input as well?
No problem.
As Panda said, those are things that will be massive hurdles to overcome in the game. You know, just up server maintenance and game maintenance. Those would be very tough for a team such as ours, as we are not that small, because we do have very capable and very hardworking members, which we're kind of blessed to have, even though they've got a lot of things going on real life side. But there's also the hurdle of the amount of things that we have to do. I mean, think about it. I know we'll get to Dylan's, or not Dylan's, Ritsu's question, because it'll kind of segue into it anyway. As you were mentioning about the 100 floors, can you possibly think of that? Can you possibly think of modeling buildings and certain, I know, what could you call them, landmarks for each floor? Those take a lot of time to model and texture. Then you've also got just the vastness of that floor itself. So you're creating only about 5 floors, but you're actually creating 100 individual floors that may or may not be unique to each floor. We are obviously, I mean, come on, we all know it. Every game team has copy-pasted, and that is pretty much what we're going to have to do, because not a lot, but just for, you know, each floor. Developing an open world set on each floor is going to be stressful to say the least.
Do you mind if I cut in real
Definitely going to be
quick?
stressful. Yeah, go ahead.
I am trying as hard as I can to make sure that we have 100 floors by the end of our full, like when the whole entire game is completed. I'm hoping to have 100 floors. When the game first comes out into alpha and beta and full release, we will only have about 3 to 4 floors. But those 3 to 4 floors will be very diverse in climate. You'll have, you know, snow on one floor, never-ending rain on another, amazing sunshine, you know, beaches, stuff like that. And it will be all open world. Towns will have to load differently, just so we can have the buildings open world as well. You know, so instead of loading into each building, you'll load into a town, and that way you'll be able to just walk into each building without having to, you know, pause and get rid of that in-depth aspect of it.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I mean, if you see most other games, like, there's a lot of games that don't do that. We were thinking of a portal decision where each floor be located differently. I think the DayZ standalone game is mentioning bases and encampments will be like portals. They'll be all underground. And the only reason that is because it's so vast and open world that you would have so much stuff to load if all floors were visible on your screen, and your computer would probably just fry. Even if you had a brilliant computer, there would be way too much stuff to load. But yeah, like, as he mentioned, you know, the floors themselves, we will have only 2 to 3 floors, maybe more on full release. Beta, alpha, and full. That's kind of backwards. Anyway, chronological order does not matter right now. But you don't need to worry about those floors dull, boring, or, you know, passing them too quickly. We will make it brutal for you. You will need skill. It is going to be player skill based, pretty much. You're gonna be able to learn the system, because we're gonna make it fluid, pretty much, so that nobody should have trouble. And if you die, we're gonna pretty much, you know, make it so that if you do die, it'll be your own fault. At least that's kind of what we're aiming for.
Easy to learn, almost impossible to master.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a form of a motto. I just want to go ahead right now and get these questions out of the way, because they're flooding in here. So for Ritsu's question, the basics of the game, max level, what the world will look like, and what will the end game rating PvP look like. Oh wow, these are quite detailed questions.
I
We're
like
still
it.
in the touching stages. Definitely. I mean, some of these we have touched upon, whereas others we have not actually decided yet. It's still an ongoing process, which may require some polls and community input, because we can't just decide everything. If we decide something and people don't like it, then we screwed up, and that's one of the flaws that some other corporations may have. But what will the world look like? We want to imagine, or let you imagine, if you were to start up the game, and then you just see
Hold
like
on,
this
hold on 1 second. Dylan, can you please
Okay.
stop typing that loud?
Please, sir.
Thank you. Okay, you can continue.
Okay, let me let me just. Can we stop the flooding of questions for now so that we go through this list? I'm absolutely sorry to do this, but we did not expect
Oh my
people to
goodness.
have this much to ask. But we will definitely get to all your questions. I promise you. Just let's relax, okay? Everybody, just take a chill pill, please. The max level.
I don't...
We have not decided.
Yeah.
We have not decided yet. It is certainly one of those things where you have to keep adding and keep adding to. Get community feedback, because a lot of people don't like to grind for a lot of time and stuff like that. It's a whole process. What the world will look like, it'll be visually good looking. Hopefully, if my capability is up to it, and we don't want people to think that we're not capable. We are a very capable team. We have got so much done so far, but as we are a small team, we could totally use more members that are good at modeling and coding. I think modeling is one of the main points that we need, because currently there is 2.5 basically modelers, and that's not enough. Not for you. For us to get out our main first, or first to 3 floors, whichever it is, we can definitely do that with 2 modelers. But if we want it to be better, we need more experienced people rather than me. I mean, I am fairly experienced with it, but we could use people. That's what I'm just trying to say, is that if we want this game to be pushed out sooner, and if you guys want this game out sooner, if you know anybody, a friend, people on a forum or something, if they're good at modeling as a top priority, or coding, please send them our direction and let them know the terms, which is on our website for the application. You can see where it is. It's pretty much no pay until beta release. And if anybody applies or agrees to those terms and enjoys Sword Art Online series and they're good with modeling and coding, please send them our direction. Yes, thank you for putting that in there. Now, end game rating PvP. Rating and PvP, we're trying to make it more diverse than what your typical World of Warcraft rating or PvP will be. PvP, we want it to be something enjoyable, even if you are getting your ass handed to you. We want combat to be fluid, diverse, immersive, and fun. Overall, just fun. So that even grinding, you'll want to grind because the combat is that good. And that's something that's not very easily to do. There's a lot of different concepts in people's minds about how they want to combat, and there's a lot of members or community people that won't like it. So we're not going for auto attack. There is games like Vindictus and such. We want a fluid, immersive combat. We want something kind of like a mix between Guild Wars, Terra, Skyrim, just stuff that really feels like you're getting impact and you are the character that is fighting.
Preach it, baby.
Pretty much, yeah, definitely. But the end game, we have not decided upon an end game yet. That will require a lot of lore background, and it will require, a lot of NPCs and stuff like that. So we will touch upon that in a later date. But for raiding, PvP will hopefully be fun. You'll probably be able to enter an arena and fight against people for entertainment or rewards. If your character loses in the arena, he won't die or whatever. It's just for fun.
Also, we were actually talking about a bounty system. I don't know how you guys feel about that. If
like
someone,
a bounty system.
If someone gets too strong, you can put up a bounty for their head, basically, and people can attack them, and whoever kills them gets, whatever prize the person put up. So, if you're a real huge, basically dick, in the game and you get people to dislike you, you're gonna have a higher chance of dying in the game.
Definitely. You have to
And-
watch your back.
yeah.
You'll be afraid of your own shadow.
And
And trust me,
yeah.
yeah, like, that concept to me was brilliant. I'm going to call it out right now. Well, I'm not going to call it out actually because it could get them into bar, but there is a private server for World of Warcraft that I've played, which could also get me into bar. I don't play it anymore, don't worry. And in that game, I killed 2 people from my own village, and the people in that game were heavy role players and they were lovers, so I killed a girl's lover. And when I enter that game now, a lot of people don't like my character. So I kind of have to watch my back everywhere I go because anywhere outside of the town, you are free to be killed via PvP, even by your own like town members. So yes, that kind of feeling and that kind of tension, I felt it heavily, and it is brilliant. It was fantastic, even though I was afraid of my own shadow in the game. So.
Who's in the game right now?
I am.
Oh,
Okay, well you can show that. I'll hop in whenever ready, but
I'm just
I'm going to just go over these other questions if you don't mind, Pamela.
yeah, I'm just sitting in the engine right now. I'm not really doing anything. Anyway, did you already answer the boss floors? Or floor bosses, sorry.
Did he mention, or did he ask about floor bosses? No, he didn't. He just asked
How will
if
the
100 floors will be open world or not. And
No,
they
go
will be.
down a little bit. How will the floor bosses...
Oh, me, Dylan. Oh, I see. Me and Dylan are trying. We're going to be trying to play this with the Omni. Oh yeah, the Omni. Lovely idea. That. Have you thought about control schemes that would work with this, like Hydra? Well, I'll go to the bosses one in a minute. As for that, control schemes and Hydra, that really like. Those things are not easy. I mean, there's people, like videos on YouTube that you've seen of a dude on the Omni playing Team Fortress with the Oculus and the Omni. That guy must be very tech savvy because the programming and coding to get stuff like that to work is not easy whatsoever. Yeah. I mean, I've seen videos that were goddamn mind-blowing. Like, there's a Daily Motion video. Like, it's really small. There's only like 42 views on it. The dude took the Hydra and he made it completely compatible with a bow and arrow and his hands. And every movement he made on the Hydra, it moved his individual finger movements, and he was able to pull the bow back like he was in real life. And it blew my mind. Hopefully, in the future, if we do get big enough with this, and we are going to try so goddamn hard. When we're done with the stream tonight, I'm going to be modeling non-stop. I promise you that. But hopefully, in the future, if we get big enough and we get enough funding, but not to be money grabbers, just to give back to the people. It'll all go into the game, don't worry. And, you know, like, we hope, like, it's not just you. We want this game more than probably most of the fans.
Yep.
Like, that's why we're working on it. That's why we took it into our hands to work on it, even though we have stuff going on in our life. We want this a lot, trust us. There's a lot of people, I just want to say this, but there's a lot of people calling us scammers. We make 2-hour live streams, now probably about the equivalent to 5 hours, and more videos and do all this talking and stuff. If we were scammers, why would we even bother? I suppose you could say to get people interested, but there is a person out there amongst the fans that has seen stuff due to his dedication. I've shown him stuff, and he knows himself that we are not scammers. And he got that privilege because he's very dedicated and he's helped the team out a lot. And he knows that we're not scammers. Yeah, go ahead, Dylan, and then I'll touch upon the questions again.
Everyone just open in a second window, the second live stream for Dylan Too Awesome section, because right now we're just showing multiplayer gameplay.
You are.
Just running around. I'd have them open just so that way you can see that while looking at some of the other stuff. I'm just trying to find Panda. Trying to find Panda right now. He's hiding like a little girl.
I'm not hiding. I'm just standing in place. Oh, I died.
Yeah, do not be killing each other. Come on, this is demonstrational purposes. We don't want to get into a whole bitch fish.
We want to show combat a little.
Yeah, we don't want to show combat because we're not using guns, though.
Well,
there will only be swords. Okay, there's not going to be guns in it.
I thought there would. I thought we said that there would be.
We're not.
I'm going to continue upon these questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, do you want me to?
Okay. And I just want to say here, Dylan's comment, he said, releasing the floors over time while life work upgrades and patches, it gives us time to work on each floor and really make them nice.
What
There
I
is that,
what I
definitely.
said
That is the
about
main
that.
point of it. Yeah, there is that's definitely one of probably the main factor of it. But it's also so that we can work on floors whilst you're already playing other floors that will not be easy to beat. Therefore, your attention will not be on, oh, when's the next floor going to be released? Please hurry up about it, you know? We're trying to keep it in a steady motion. It's not going to be easy to create all 100 floors. How about floor bosses work?
Hold up,
Is
hold
it
up.
a...
Hold on.
Please, sir.
Oh, the boulder thing, it doesn't have a proper collision mesh with the character. I can't really fix that and keep the physics property at the same time. It's one thing I'm working on.
Yeah,
Like if I were to grenade it, like right now,
Okay, let's get back on.
it moves. You can walk through it.
Okay, what I've said basically since we started is that's how we're gonna do it. Release a couple floors at a time to keep content release down, while content release up while keeping the time you have to wait for new levels down. Sorry. That's what I've said about it since basically the whole entire time.
Yeah, okay, can I just answer these questions before people start flooding again?
We can answer it on dual because Dylan and whoever else is playing is not really paying attention. So
Okay, well, I just want to get to this floor boss one. So how will floor bosses work? Is it a one-time event, or will other groups be able to play the boss at another time?
we haven't really talked
Definitely
about
be
that.
able to play the boss at a later time, but the bosses will only be respawned every so often, like a couple of weeks or so. We're not too sure upon that yet, but we will be discussing it very soon because it will be certainly one of the main points of the game, obviously. But yeah, they will be respawnable, but they will be tough to beat. Next question. Is it really one life, or can we respawn? Now, I know there's certain people out there that have probably played Dark Souls, and I too am a fan of very hardcore games. At the start, we wanted to go with the idea of, you know, insta-death, game over, son, you are dead. But what would you think if you got to level 100 and you were killed by a boss or another player or a group of players, and you were just gone? That was it. 2 years of work put into a game, and it's all just gone. Nobody would like that. Come on,
Yeah.
we have to admit to that now. As hardcore as I enjoy games, no one would like that. So you will be able to respawn through various different means, some more rare than others.
Most of them pretty
But
rare.
we will, yeah, most of them pretty rare to respawn. They'll be pretty tough to get, and a lot of people might sell stuff like soul canisters or whatever at a very high price. So if you have a lot of money, you'll be able to get it, or if you know where to look, you can get it yourself, but it's going to be pretty tough to get it. That way, you know, it still allows you, and it's not too unfair. From level 1 to 15, you will be absolutely safe to die how many times you want, but once you hit level 16, you're on your own, pretty much. You know, you got to survive then. It's just so you get used to the system and the combat and whatnot. But yeah, we hope it's going to be entirely enjoyable for everyone, and if you do not like our ideas and whatnot, then please do apply your feedback.
I'll answer the stats.
You got concept art, I got model tree. That's kind of cool. Chivalry Medieval Warfare. I suppose you could say that, but a lot more diverse because it's a custom-made thing. Chivalry Warfare is more like Mount and Blade, and
Yeah.
those two systems are very chunky and very hard because somebody could be swinging in a certain direction, and even if you do go to block in that direction, sometimes it doesn't work and you take damage for the fault of a bad system. And we don't want that, so we want to make it as interactive as possible.
We've answered
What about
everything.
stats?
Yeah.
No, there's
No, I mean
still
like
one.
everything after that until this one. I'll do the stats because I was actually talking about this earlier.
Okay, just a second. Let me just read the chat here before you go on. Yeah, you would cry if that happened. Then the other season. Yeah. Okay, well you'll be modeling weapon. That's pretty cool. Then we definitely appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
Community input, as I said, and also yeah, no spells. But yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I was actually just talking about this earlier, and I posted a reply on the forum. I don't know if anyone's seen it, but how the stats will work, the strength, health, all that stuff. You'll increase the base stat when you level up your actual level. And I know in the anime it's like that, and you have to level up your sword skills to level 1,000 before you master them, and I think that's a little bit overkill, to be honest. Just that's me, anyway. How we're gonna do spells, aka sword skills, you'll be able to learn, we're not sure how many skills at once, but we will have a limit, because if someone learned all 200 plus skills, that would make them a little bit overpowered, and we kind of want to, I don't know, back away from that MMO if someone, has better of everything than you, then they kill you in like 0.5 seconds, So how the skills will work is you'll be able to learn a certain amount, level those up to like level, I don't know, like 50 or something. The more you use them, the higher the level they get. And you'll build your class on those certain amount of skills that you can have. And you can always reset those skills and, keep that data that you had before. But it will cost a little bit of money, I think. I'm not sure. We haven't really talked about that part that much, to be honest.
Yeah, we definitely haven't. But sadly we don't have the nerve gear. That is indeed a sad moment, my friend. But the Oculus Rift has now come into play, and I see nothing but glorious VR technology for the future ahead of us, and it will only get better, trust me. And I also want to point out that I am I'm quite the talker, aren't I?
Yes,
I'm pretty
you
sure
are.
we could all agree upon that. But that is my job. I am human resources and a 3D modeler. So most questions that people would have would apply to all of our team, but there is certain questions that I enjoy to answer. It's not because I'm a complete idiot and I enjoy talking. That is one main factor of it, but I've dealt with a lot of people, and I have studied many courses which involve human resources in college. So I would say I'm more than qualified to answer most stuff because, well, I've had to remember everything that people have been asking us, and it kind of takes the stress off everyone else. Could we have a community poll for flying abilities at higher levels? Well, yes, I know. The Oculus Rift would be epic for flying and such. But you have to remember, this is not 1LifeONLINE. This is our own game, of course, and we can do whatever. If enough people want it, then perhaps we will take it into consideration. High consideration, yes. Continue, Panda.
I personally don't. I personally think flying has always taken away from the
immersive factor.
Yes.
Definitely.
Because just think about it like this: you can just fly over everything. You don't have to fight anything. You can just fly over everything. And if we have people doing that, they'll just skip. They'll just go searching around for the boss room, and if they find it, then they'll beat those levels before going through even like a quarter of the content is how I think of it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, he did say at higher levels, but it's still, I don't know. Yeah, flying stuff. We don't want people to see this as an MMO. I know everybody says MMO. But we want it to be a different. Okay, this may get cheesy, all right. This may get very cheesy, but I'm pretty sure a high amount of you out there are very passionate about this, as we are, and a few of you are probably otakus as well. So I just want to turn around and say, I want it to be like a different world for people to go and immerse themselves in with a lot of players, because I'm pretty sure we're all fairly passionate about it. Otherwise, we'd not be working on this game. And also Eula's input there. Definitely ask Eula questions. Go attack her with all your questions.
Well, Philip actually just made a good point in Raid Call. He said, what if at a higher level you could get the flying ability, but can only use it at a floor that is far below the front lines?
Well, maybe we could have a certain area where players could go and fly,
Oh my
Not
god.
including combat or anything. I think that might be a better idea.
Oh my god.
People
Wait,
really
wait,
enjoy
wait,
the
wait.
flying mode of it.
Ritsu is the best.
Dual wield?
For
Nope.
the dual wield,
Nope. Dylan, no. This is me. This is all
No.
me. This is me.
This is well, kind of not really, because I called dibs on dual wield ever since I joined this team.
Yes, but dual wield, how dual wield will work is we will have probably every other month tournaments, getting a lot of people to duel it out, PV 1 versus 1. The last two people, after they defeated all of the rest of the opponents, will go up against each other. And the best, the one who wins, he will get the dual wield skill. And
Yeah.
then it'll just keep going, like, the next month he wouldn't be able to use the dual wield skill because that would give him kind of a advantage a little bit. So he could lose it the next, month after that.
He has to retain his position, and if
Yes.
he is inactive in the game, it'll be automatically removed from him.
Yep.
So it's pretty much going to be a tournament, and you'll always have a chance to get the dual wield at some point
Yep.
if you're good enough.
It's,
Yeah, like an Olympic system. It's going to be like a gladiator kind
it's
of thing.
basically like Sword Art Online. Only the best player gets it.
Pretty much, yeah. And everybody will have a chance. You just got to try hard enough.
I think. Have we? We've
Have we
answered.
what?
We've mostly answered all the questions.
Yeah, we have answered all the questions, I do believe.
Whew. I'm gonna check our time real quick just to see where we are.
Alright, cool. I'm pretty sure people still have some burning questions.
Yes,
and
they
it best
do.
to touch upon them. Smoke,
now
we're not
forever
done
hold
yet,
your peace.
Becky B, but thank you anyway. No, yeah, Eula just added her input there.
Oh, I forgot to change. We actually have some concept art on here that our lovely concept artist Eula did. And I just switched to it, so let's see. There we go.
Yeah, it's there.
This is one of the NPCs that she's drawn up. You're getting a lot of compliments on that one.
If you go full screen, you can see it in all its glorious 720p.
Yep.
Take note of the detail and the accessories. Please do.
This is...
And that facial expression, bro.
I am ending the stream on the Dylan Too Awesome channel. We're just going solely on the One Life channel.
Okay.
Anyone who is on that channel, please proceed to the One Life channel. I will
Yep.
put the link right there for you.
Okay, well,
Well, I'll still be in, just not broadcasting from my side.
Yeah, also, you said, what happens if you like using two-handed? Then dual wielding wouldn't fit their playstyle. Well, you just don't apply in the tournament then.
yeah.
The tournament itself, like, the dual wielding, if you win a tournament whenever it is scheduled, you will get the dual wielding, okay? But then that person has, like, a certain, about a month to use that before he's challenged again in the next tournament. But in between that time, there'll be more tournaments for people to get different rewards, like two-handed swords, armors, stuff like that,
Yeah.
like better gear and such. So there's not really a big worry there for everybody who that likes one-handed with a shield, one-handed only, two-handed, whatever you like. What will the leveling system look like? Just dungeons, most something else?
We'll have a lot of ways to get experience, actually. Think about Guild
Yeah,
Wars.
definitely.
Think about Guild Wars 2. Hold on, Dylan. Do you mind? We're trying to do a live stream here. All I hear in the background is just like I don't know, like silverware banging or something.
That's
Okay,
not me.
anyway. Continue, please.
Anyway, sorry. Think about Guild Wars 2. You have those collection quests. You have, heart quests. You have random events that spawn. You have mega bosses and stuff. We're gonna add a lot of stuff, in towns to do that you can gain experience from. We're gonna have a lot of just random stuff that just comes to our mind, you know? I don't know if you wanted to
Yeah,
add
definitely.
something to it, because my mind is blank, actually.
No, no, not really. There will be a lot of diverse way to do it. There's gonna be, like side quests, even lore and stuff. Maybe certain events that we, as administrators or the game developers, if we pull an event out, if you complete that event, then yeah, you will get experience from it or whatever reward that may be. There'll be many different ways to get it, even like certain pouches and stuff like that and whatnot.
I just posted another concept art that she did.
This one is extremely bright due to the scanner,
Yeah.
but yeah. Yeah.
Professions.
Professions, you mean like blacksmithing and such like that?
Okay, guys, it's been fun, but I do have to go to my second job in the morning, so I'll be heading off. They will continue to be talking.
It's not like you were
And-
talking anyway.
Well, yeah, because I don't want to interrupt you guys. I don't want to be rude like that.
Really?
Okay, ladies,
I'm
calm
gonna go
yourself.
before. I'm gonna go before something breaks out.
Nothing's gonna break
Anyway.
out.
Trust me, something's gonna break out.
You're both about
Anyway.
to get 2 black eyes if you do not stop. The professions and a way to make money.
Goodbye.
Ways to make money, you could be a vendor. You could solely put all your time into trading and selling items and stuff like that. There's going to be multiple ways to make money, like a standard MMO would, but then there's also going to be player-made shops and stuff like that. Professions, they'll be from alchemy. Alchemy will be only solely based upon herbal. This alchemy is still a concept that we have not fully touched upon. Of course, blacksmithing will be in it, and tailoring will also be in it, because you got to make your character look cool and have good stats. Beyond that, we have not touched upon it, as we are still working on coding, models, and the combat. So, yes, these questions were just trying to get out your burning desires, so you can have a look, So, any more questions? Then keep them coming. Will these types of skills be menu-based? Do you mean the professions? If you mean the professions... Yes, will it be menu-based? Do you mean in menu-based as in like you would, Oh, I see. Yeah, you would pop and open a menu and you would do it like that. I don't know. What way do you want to kind of touch upon that, Panda? Would it be interactive blacksmithing or would it be what?
Honestly, we have not touched upon this.
Yeah, we haven't.
You know what I would like? You know how it is in the anime. It's actually fully interactive,
Yeah.
But that would be a little bit... I think that would be a little bit time consuming for some people. Wow,
And a lot of people would be too excited to
Yeah.
stand and hit an anvil for half an hour to get a sword.
Yeah. That's actually a really good question. We should talk about this off stream once we...
Yeah, we definitely should. Yeah, if you have the skill. That keeps the game going. Perhaps for maybe a form of interaction, maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't think it'll be completely interactive due to, it's too time consuming, really. Not a lot of players would enjoy that. Will the rabbit be in the game? Maybe you could summon him every 30 days, he'll be in the temple.
Rabbit.
We will have pets.
Oh, the rabbit. Okay.
Yeah, the rabbit.
I'm like...
we will have pets and stuff like that can help you out. So don't worry about that.
Yeah, we're gonna have the pets that can heal you as well. Like, what was her name?
The Beastmaster.
Yes,
Beastmaster class.
Beastmaster.
Yeah,
What was her dragon's
she can
name?
Use the dragon. God, I don't even remember.
I can't remember the
models are
dragon's
just
name.
filled with my computer, and I've been doing nothing but working. So I would need to go rewatch the anime, but sadly we don't really have much time.
I'm really excited for the um, pets to come into play, because those will be so much fun to animate. I'm gonna make them very, very realistic. Um,
Oh, by the way, Jordan is a very good animator. Just so the combat system will very fluid and brilliant.
Thank you. When I when I think of a dog, in animation standards, it's very hyper. It's very lovey-dovey. So if you have like a little puppy, I'm gonna animate it so that it'll act like a little puppy. It'll be very attached to you, and I'm hoping that the way you treat it, how much you feed it, how much you play with it and stuff will actually affect its personality towards you.
Yeah, definitely.
So like if you abuse it and put it in the front of your battle and it just gets hit and you never feed it and stuff like that, it is going to be terrified of you and it will not want to help you. But if you take very good care of it, you love it and you feed it and pet it and everything, it will be your best friend.
Also, the idea of a pet being, like the idea of a pet in any other game, in an MMO, like especially what Panda said about the animation. If there's a dog in another MMO, the dog only does things like walk behind you,
Yeah.
sit down, and that's it. All it does is sit on its back legs, and yeah, that's all it does. It's quite annoying with the animation.
It is, a little bit.
But the idea of, I think maybe that if your pet dies, it should be gone for good.
Yeah.
So that way you'll feel a lot of attachment to your pet. Now, how will floor bosses work? Once anyone kills boss, everyone can proceed to the next floor. You have to kill it yourself to proceed.
That one we actually had.
Yeah, you can go ahead and touch upon that one.
We actually discussed this a little bit. It kind of got, I'm just going to say it got a little bit crazy because we were very passionate about both sides. I personally like the idea of it'll be there in the beginning of the game, and it will take quite a while to find. Actually, we're gonna hide the dungeon very, very well. You know how it took how long was it? It was like 3 or 6 months before they found the boss room of floor 1, was it? Or something like that. I can't remember clearly.
Not too sure.
But it's gonna be very hidden.
No, that was for the second floor boss, I believe.
Yeah.
He was like, it's been 6 months, 2,000 people have died or something.
Yeah. Anyway, so it's gonna be very hard to find. But we will have a respawn. It'll be probably, what do you think, like once a week or once every other week, probably?
Maybe about a week and a half or
Yeah.
something even, like 2 weeks.
Just so new players come in, they won't have to kill a boss all by themselves, because you're gonna
Pretty much the way I think we should do it is that if you if the players that are on the floor at that point in time, like if new players log in, it's completely fine, but if players are on that floor when the boss is killed, everyone on that floor at that point in time can proceed to the next floor. But they might not want to because monsters up there are much stronger and some people will not be of that level. And if you do not move on to the floor, hang on, come on dude, come on,
Sorry,
just
that
a
was
second,
no, that
please.
was really funny. Just what I can't pronounce the name for the life of me.
Suteki B.
Yes, that was very funny.
Okay, I haven't even read it yet, but anyway, as I was saying, if you're on that floor when the boss is beat, you have exactly 2 weeks to move on to the next floor, and if you do, that will be unlocked for you. But certain players might not want to go up there because straight away when you get up onto that floor, there will be not bosses, but monsters that are strong, and you could die. So it'll force people to get up levels before moving on to the next one. You've got a time limit of 2 weeks to get up there. I think it's the best way to do it.
Yeah, that's actually a really good idea.
Okay, questions about the physics. Say if you have boards or something over an entrance, will we be able to hit it and break it and we can pass through it? Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
The engine we use has destructible buildings. we'll definitely apply that into the game. No doubt. There'll be hidden passageways if you move boxes or break through them and such. Um, what if I don't? What if I don't want to kill the Anderson boss? I'm gonna get stuck on that floor. Well, if you don't want to kill the Anderson boss, then yeah, you're pretty much stuck on that floor. I mean, a lot of players will. I believe so. I mean, this game is going to be rather hardcore, and some players are like they're heavy into roleplay, and they may take their characters as a responsibility to stay on that floor and act out as if they're afraid to die and stuff like that. Which I think it'll be absolutely like heartwarming to me to see that from players. You know, like the strong roleplay on that side. But yeah, if you don't want to kill the boss, then it's your problem. But the types of pets, could you have an animal that doesn't exist, like a Keratophoenix, and would they be able to have special abilities like healing you or detecting enemies?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. They will be rare. They will be rare pets that not everybody has. What happens if the Anderson boss kills me? Is that suicide?
You're just skipping through
Yeah,
questions.
that would pretty much. If you killed yourself, I'm pretty sure that's considered suicide.
You just skipped through questions.
Did I skip the questions?
No, you were just reading over the questions. I
was answering then.
I used the dog as an example because people could, physically see a dog, so they have a better, better image in their head about what I'm going for with animation. There'll, of course, be like fantasy pets that are pretty rare. We'll probably have, what do you think? Probably like one pet will only have like 10 in the whole entire game. That's what I like.
Yeah, they'll be pretty rare stuff. Yula's artwork for males it's definitely. Could you put up the artwork of the male that she did? Stern dude.
Let me.
The frontal face shot for him. There's something about his proportions not right, but you have to get it that Yula is female, so she draws females. That's pretty much it. The male one, not the female one.
Hold up. Which one? The death one?
No, the dude with the bandana. The male dude with the bandana. I think it's on the Facebook page.
I didn't say death, I said death.
You said what?
Oops.
Okay, well now you're applying them over top. Anyway, I don't know if you guys can see that properly. You might have to enhance that. Oh, okay, there we go.
Sorry. There we go.
That's one of the males. So if I get it, you have to kill the boss, and you can proceed to the next floor in a certain amount of time. After time up, yeah, you would have to kill it again if you stay on that floor. And to stop players that are low level running to the next floor because they think, oh well, it's unlocked for me, might as well do it now instead of having to do it later. Well, there'll be monsters waiting for players. And if you're strong enough and you have a group with you, you can kill those and get into the safe. You can get into the town, but there will be a lot of monsters there to stop the low level players from just cheating the system.
So,
you should go to tell blah blah. As a female must have understand what I'm doing. Okay.
So while we have some time with no questions, I'm gonna say most of the male characters I've kept kind of hidden from the team because I'm working on them by myself for the trailer. Actually.
How dare you!
I'm keeping some of the trailer very secret because I honestly, when I gave Nero the trailer, the first trailer, he loved it, but he knew what he was expecting. This way, he won't know what he is expecting, and I want a tear to run down his face like he did when he first stood in the place that I made. That's what I'm going for. Yes, you.
Lovely jokes. Let me just answer these questions, and then we can all take a chill pill moment, and we can relax. Because this is like rapid fire. My brain is just going mush right now. You see a problem? If there's no players, that's completely fine. As MMOs generally go, if we do get big enough, there's always new players coming in, and if you get to a high enough level. And there's not just that. You will make friends in the game. And if not, you can hire people out. Like, you will be able to request people to come and help you to clear the boss. You will never have a problem of not beating the boss on the floor, so don't worry about that. Can you teleport between floors you've already visited? Yes, definitely you can. The trailer released, surprisingly enough, we pretty much have everything right now to release the trailer if we put it all together. But we wanna, well, not everything. There's still about at least 35 to 45% of stuff to do for it yet, and then
Yeah.
we're also working on other stuff, not just the trailer. We're working on the main game as well. And as a small team as ours, let me just remind you again, guys. I know it's annoying having to do this. I don't want you to think that we're not capable of it, but if you do know anyone that is, you know, good at modeling or coding or anything and is willing to go by our terms, please forward it to us. And yes,
The
Bankai
trailer-
Dawn, we hope we can make it good for you. We absolutely hope.
The trailer,
Yeah.
I'll just explain the trailer real quick. The trailer is something we want. You know how most games have that, oh my god, look how beautiful the game is? We'll have that in there, but it won't be so up in your face like, oh my god, look at all this work we've done on the environment. We're gonna have a trailer that chills your bones. We're gonna take that emotion of being trapped inside of a video game. If you die in real life, you die in the video game, right? We're gonna take that emotion, put it in the trailer, and hopefully when you watch that trailer, you'll get that feeling. And the music and, the animations, the environment, everything inside of that trailer will have just a bone-chilling effect on you. You'll get shivers on your skin. We're having it very emotional instead of, oh my god, look how beautiful it is, like most
Yeah.
games actually do.
Yeah, definitely. Like as he said, and the way to add impact to things is loud noises.
Yes.
Not just loud noises, but facial expression.
I'll post up the concept art
Like,
of the facial expression when
the
he
concept
dies.
art of the facial expression of the dude who's going to die. You'll see this concept art of his face, and just take a look at the emotion on his face. And, also voice actors. If any of you want to apply for voice acting, look at that expression. That's a dude who's just lost his health and know he's going to die in like 2 seconds.
He just saw his health bar drop to 0, and he's
Yeah, his health bar just dropped to 0. Look at that face. It's absolutely fantastic concept art.
It is
Love it.
amazing.
Yeah. Also, the health bar, take note of that health bar right there. That is what we were kind of aiming for,
Yes.
hologrammy type, floaty type thing. Same for the inventory and stuff like that. But yes, let's just all, let's all chill for a moment to.
Let me actually find. So I was actually. I'm just gonna put up a little bit more concept art, just so they can see, some stuff that she's worked on. I did not want to set that as my desktop background.
Oh yes, a techie bee. We are definitely. Just imagine that. You're standing there, along with your friend, and you've got your Oculus Rift on your head. Once we make it compatible on future updates, even if you're in first-person mode, and you see your friend just get stabbed, and then their health drops to 0. We're always going to make a delay for whenever players get stabbed, and we'll make their character have just an awful expression on their face when they die. There will be multiple expressions. We're not too sure how we're going to work about that, but the main point is that if you see that up close and you see one of your friends that you've known for 47 levels of the game, and you've known them for over 4 years, and then their character just dies right in front of you, it's just going to be devastating.
And
it's just going to affect you so bad. And that's what we kind of want.
We're also going to allow it so if there is a problem on our end, say if one of our servers goes down and you die when our server goes down, we're going to have a way for you to get your character back, because that is our fault. If we know there's lag and you die, there will be a way to protect your character, just because that is on us and that's not on you. So
Yeah, definitely. But there's always going to be problems.
yes, there always will.
And we want to apologize in advance for players who have lost their characters and they can't get them back due
Yes.
to, a lot of maintenance.
But there will be, certain rules.
Try to survive, guys. Try to survive. That's probably the best advice I could give you.
There will be certain rules to that. Say if our server lags and then 5 hours later we fix the lag we fix the lag an hour after we know it happens, and then 5 hours later you're like, oh my god, I lost my character because of lag. It's like, well, we already fixed the lag on our end, so you can't trick us because we know the servers. So I don't know.
Okay.
So
Okay, so what are you requesting here, Dylan? You requesting for some concept art?
no, he said he can make weapons and monsters.
Yeah, like he can
Yes.
make weapons and monsters, but I mean, is he looking for concept art to do that?
I think so. I'm not sure. Yes, if you go to this link and you apply, I will get to your application as soon as I can. I have a few applications from people who... I'm just going to lay out some rules. I'm going to be a little bit blunt about this. If you've never touched a computer in your life and you apply, you're just wasting my time for people who actually have, experience in this. I cannot tell you how many people have applied for, a 3D modeling job or a coding job and have not even seen what a 3D model looks like outside of a video game. I mean, I know some people like video games, but you have to have some experience. So...
And if you're going to apply for a job that you're not qualified for or even have any experience in, then please come to us with an opinion. There is the other section where you can enter what you are good at or what you think you could do for the team. So we're not going to turn you away completely. But there's a lot of people coming to us, and we want to experience people.
Could you have a...
Oh yeah, we know. We've all seen your sword.
Yes, we have.
Nobody's disagreeing with you that it's a mighty fine sword. Yes. But
Sorry.
monsters and stuff are definitely going to be something that you need to be good at, because if you're not good with it, and then it comes down to the rigging process for it, and that is not easy with a bad model, any form of model. And trust me, you're only human. I too have created some very bad models with bad meshes, given them to people, and people have wanted to stab me in the face, aka Panda, and I apologize to him
no
for
worries.
that. But I joined this team not quite recently. I mean, it's been quite a long time, but I only got into modeling a fair amount ago, I could say. But I've watched many tutorials. I've taken many hints and tips and stuff from people and Panda also. And I've just been non-stop working, and my models have definitely increased from the very first model I've created. Definitely increased.
I'm gonna just say something on that you were just talking about. When Nero sent me his first model, I was honestly in shock about how many things there were just wrong with it. And I know, I've probably told him this before, it was good for a first attempt, yes, but there was so much wrong with it. And I've watched him...
There was like split edges. There was like split edges that looked like a spider web. That should not be on a sword whatsoever.
I've watched him...
Like if I remade that sword now, I could cut the polygon count down by at least, I don't know, 900, and I could make it like much smoother and much better looking.
Yes.
Much better looking.
I
could also do it in like 5 minutes instead of fucking like 2 hours.
I've personally seen you grow as a modeler. And I think that's the best thing in the world, is watching someone who has almost little to no experience in something go from his first model, watch him get better as each model goes on, and now he's modeling, he's almost on my level now. I went to school for this. He's on my level now. I mean, I personally... If I had an award to give you, I would give you an award, because I've watched you grow from like a little baby into like a 3D modeler. and it's awesome.
Yeah, like the only thing that has generally kept me going, and I've spent about 3 days total. I sat up like 2 days straight watching nothing but absolute tutorials on how to model stuff. Like, I'm not passionate about this game, and that's kind of why it doesn't even piss me off when people call us scammers, because I know we're not. And whether or not they donate to us, it's not going to bother me. I mean, the people here in this section right now that did bother to show up, and even some that can't show up due to reasons, but we absolutely appreciate you guys being here and believing in us, that we are not, you know, that we're not scammers. So, thank you. Thank you for your dedication, honestly.
And I will answer this one question. Could you have a requirement to fight, like you need money for food, even though your real life persona is on a drip somewhere? So I'm not exactly sure what you mean by that, but is it basically, is the question you're gonna have stamina? Is that what you're asking, or?
Could you have a requirement to fight?
Is that,
like you need money for food?
does that mean,
Huh?
do you need stamina, or?
Topology. Bankat, your sword is better than my first model.
It is.
Like, it is. Like, trust me, bro. You're probably... I don't know how well you are modeling, like, architectural stuff and stuff like that, but, you know, you're brilliant. Like, your models, I can't wait to see more stuff that you come out with. It'll definitely help. Like, don't feel pressured. I mean, I know you've been pressured, and I've known, I've seen you say multiple times that you don't have the money for it,
Yes.
to donate and stuff. Please, do not worry about money. You do not have to donate if you do not have it, and do not feel the need to give us your money. Like, I'm pretty sure Mr. Anderson, he is a god amongst men, and trust me, of course we appreciate that, but we also appreciate other fans' input as well. And you working on the team is certainly just up there with everything else. You're all lovable people, but do not throw your money at us if you do not have it, okay?
Okay. Well,
Of course, you may want to give us all of your soul, but please, do not starve because you're throwing your money at us. Just keep your money if you cannot afford it. Please.
Okay. Okay, I get it. We're not... I personally hate stamina in games. So that food thing kind of reminds me of stamina. The only kind of stamina that we're even talking about right now is you're going to have your normal walk. You know, walking in a normal game is really slow. Then you're going to have your normal run, which is, you know, faster than... It's like a normal MMO run. Then you're going to have that stamina bar that you can sprint for I don't know how long, but that's really the only, you know, sustenance bar we're talking about right now, just because basically everyone on the team doesn't like that idea of that reality, you know.
I mean, there's certain realistic aspects we
Yeah.
have to have. We want to make it a different world. We don't want you to feel... I mean, if you think about it, I mean, of course, in theory, it sounds good to you, you know, but in DayZ, you feel pressured. What about role-playing characters? If people want to just role-play in the game, they don't want to fight. You know, you got to think about those. In DayZ, I absolutely hated the fact that you had to find food, because that game frightened the shit out of me. Sorry for my language, but I hated that. At night time, you'd be rocking about and you hear a massive zombie scream, and then they would just come out of nowhere, and you're that afraid to die, and you have to go and find food and stuff. That pressure almost kills me, and it's what made me hate that game. You know? Like, so, it's tedious. That's really all it is. It's a tedious task that is not needed in a game to have fun. It feels more like reality than it does a virtual world where you can enjoy it. You feel pressure to eat food, which is not a good thing to feel as a player, I don't think.
We have another question from Ritsu. Is the best? What about guilds? Guilds houses? Will players... Will they have... I can't read that correctly.
Oh, yeah, no, he said, what about guilds? Guilds houses will play, or Will players have anything else
Okay.
than a guild emblem or guild name under their name to know which guild they're in? In SIO, guild members had recolored their
Yes.
armor in guild colors.
I've
Yes, be
actually...
that. I truly, just let me say this, you
No
can touch
worries.
upon it even more, but of guilds. I love, not just guilds, but I love the idea of guild versus guild. Um, I believe that every game would be 10 times better if they had guild fights, and if before each fight you got at least about 3 minutes to talk to the other guild. Imagine this. Your guild is all lined up, everybody looks badass, the other guild is all lined up, everybody looks badass. But instead of attacking straight away, you have 3 minutes before the fight starts, and you can say whatever you want to the other team. Some people might roleplay it out, others may give like vulgar language and stuff, which I feel would, pressure that. And I think if you beat another guild, you get the territory that they own, which is where the guild house is located. You can take that guild house then own. And I think it's a good idea. There'll definitely be guild houses, definitely be guilds. You will be able to recolor your armor and whatnot. You can touch upon
Yes.
that.
I love the fact of guilds. To me, what a guild is a family. A guild, in definition to me, is players bound under one name, and they work together. That is what a family is to me. When I join a guild, I look for someone who will be there for me in-game and personally. So what I would love in guilds is, you can have small guilds or you can have those huge guilds. And there will be, of course, guild versus guild battles. There, like Nero said, there will be houses that you can have, and if you defeat another guild, you get their house. And on top of that, there will be legions, which aren't like other games. Legions will be not a group of people bound together, but a group of guilds bound together. So it will be like alliances, except you will have your guild and then your legion. And legions can go against other legions in epic battles. Think of Guild Wars 2, World versus World.
Pretty much, yeah.
And yes, there will be specialized armor. I'm not sure how we will exactly do that because we might just model some armor, some guild armor that you can get with, like 10 members and then 50 or something like that. Then you can color any way you wanted. So that's mine on that. If you wanted to touch up on anything about that, I can move on to the next question. If not,
I want to just ask you
Yes.
yourself. What do you like better? Would you like a big guild or a small guild? What would your personal choice be?
Me personally, I would love a small guild, but I would love a big legion.
Okay, why would you like a small guild?
Small guilds are more personal to me, to be honest. Every time I'm in a big guild, it feels like everyone's just on their own. It doesn't feel really like you're in a guild. And I don't know if any one of you experienced that before. You're in a humongous guild, and everyone has their own groups inside of it, So you're part of
Yeah.
a group, and it feels like a guild inside of a guild. And that's kind of the downfall of big guilds.
Yeah. No, I think for me, yes, Dylan, exactly.
Yep.
Small guild of elitist players, like really elite players. I mean about 6 people maximum, and they're all pretty damn elite and good at the game. That to me is an indestructible force. The smaller you are, the less confusing there will be, and you won't have to get to a lot of people and stuff like that. I think, well, 10 is a little overkill. It's hard to keep track of people and stuff like that, and I think 6 players of daily people that would enjoy being on and being very highly skilled and stuff, they could say this, that we, as the developers, because I'm a modeler, I will get to create my own badass armor for my character. So get on my level, bro. Not only that, we as admins will be in the game. We will have admin accounts and then we will have our own accounts.
Yep.
Because, as Kirito said at the last episode, everybody knows there's no fun in watching somebody else play an RPG.
Yep.
So we'll be in it as well. And
But we will
you
be
will not
hidden.
know who we are.
Yep.
You will probably know who we are by our names or whatever, but yes, whenever I enter my character, I'm a complete different personality.
Yep.
Trust me on that one. But no, we won't cheat.
No
Trust
cheating.
me. That's what I said. We'll have an admin account and a normal account. Our normal account will just be like any other player. But because we know the system, we'll probably be able to do it. It's not going to be easy for us either because we'll get to fight against the monsters that we've created and made them so strong.
Yep.
It's going to be damn tough, you know. So, but yeah, you can look out for us, and perhaps I don't know if you get good enough, you could probably join an admin skills.
Yep. Okay, voice IP. I love this question. That is an awesome question.
Oh yeah, me too. I've always wanted to know about this.
Okay, so voice IP. We have actually been working on voice IP a little bit. Sorry about my noise. I have some allergies. Anyway, the voice IP that we're working on, it is going to be, I think Daisy had this, where if you're far away and they're screaming, you can hear them screaming, but it's a very faint scream. So, as they get closer, their screaming is gonna get louder and louder and louder. So it's like in real life, you know, someone's far away yelling at you, barely even hear it. They're screaming in your face. They're gonna be very loud.
Definitely, and I believe as well we should also add it into like in DayZ. If you open the menu and you see a player that's in front of you and he's screaming at you, and you see his name pop up somehow, whatever way we're going to work that, if players' names are unknown to you at first until they add yours. I'm not too sure how it's going to work, but if you see a player's name and he's screaming at you, you will be able to go in, search the database for players around you, like players in your area within a certain amount, and then mute them. So you will be able to mute the person that's screaming at you.
So say like
So
a
if
spammer.
anybody is spamming music or something like that, you can't report it to any online admins. There will be a lot of fucking problems with it, guaranteed. But we will mute players as well if they've caused any disruptions to.
I'm gonna post
community.
another photo real quick of something Eula just sent me, so let me rotate it real quick and then I'll put it up. So keep on talking and I'll get this up in a few seconds.
Coolio. There's going to be a world chat like every other MMO, or there's going to be someone that people will tell you to. We're not too sure how that's going to work because in Sword Art Online it doesn't actually go into the log system or general chat system, but I believe we do need a general chat.
Yeah.
The only problem I see with general chat, I played Ragnarok 2 online and the chat was so small, everybody talked so fast and the font was very bad and hard to read, like absolutely bad to read. And I couldn't see anything whatsoever, so even if you type something in, everybody talked too fast. So there will be a slow down timer on the general chat if people want to trade items or whatever. I believe adding a general chat, I don't know, I mean, I think the general chat will be hidden, but you can pop it up by your menu, because if you do have a general chat on your screen at all times, like in World of Warcraft or whatever, it doesn't even add to the immersion. It takes you away, you know what I mean? Like there's always like stuff on your screen that is interfering, and there's too many like hotbars and too many windows open on your screen, and that annoys the shit out of me.
Oh,
I want it so that you can pretty much see everything clearly, and yeah, we can get it.
there's a new
hide that
concept
away.
art that she just sent me.
And that is absolutely fantastic.
That is awesome. Okay, I actually wanted to add something. I don't think anyone has actually asked this question to me before, but I am, oh my gosh, what was it? I'm really excited to get this out there. Oh my gosh, what was it? Oh my gosh, no.
He's so excited
Oh my
to do that.
gosh.
I'm so
gosh.
excited, I forgot it.
Oh my gosh.
Don't make fun of me, Nero. You know I have a cold, so shush your face.
Remember it, Panda.
I am remembering it. I am remembering it. I remember.
Can we take a moment of silence, so Panda?
Oh my god. Oh right. Okay. Sorry. Um, for floors, I'll for floors. Um, we will have about 4 or 5 cities on every floor, or 3 to 5 or something. We will have a floor mayor, someone who controls the whole entire floor. They are elected, or they can just
Ah, yes, a mayor.
yes, a mayor. And inside of that, each city will have a city mayor. So it'll be like they won't control anything big, like they won't control prices, but they might control a little bit of tax, and it can only go up to a certain percent for a certain floor. It's not going to be like they're going to
And I
charge
also
you.
believe, like in Gmod has it so that the mayor, he can raise the tax whenever he wants, and if it gets too high, other players can go and assassinate him. I just think that's a good idea.
We're going to put a cap on
But
it.
yeah, it'll be another player being able to be
Yes.
the mayor. Like, there's going to be so much diversity in this game, it will blow your mind. And it's going to blow my mind also. I was about to say something else, but I'll just leave that for later.
So we're going to put a cap on it, so the mayor can't charge you like 100% for something you bought. We're going to put a cap on it per floor. Players on floor 1 aren't going to have that much money. So we're going to put that tax pretty low as a cap.
Yeah. Also, the question there will be trap rooms.
Yes.
Of
yes.
course. Come on, like everything you
Yes.
see in Sword Art Online, we will take it into account. Like, and then there's going to be multiple more custom ideas added on because they didn't touch upon everything in the anime, and I personally haven't read all the books.
There will be trap doors.
But there'll be trap rooms, yeah.
There will be trap rooms. There will be the trap rooms. If you go in them and you're not prepared for a trap room, you'll most likely die. That's all I'm gonna say about
Yeah.
it.
So
That's the
as they
point of a
said,
trap room.
curiosity killed the cat.
Yes.
If you open a trap room door and you see a chest in the middle of a room, don't be an idiot. Go for it. Unless you're really strong, then
Yeah.
sure, go for it.
Unless you're like level 97 on floor 1.
Yeah. Oh man, my brain's so dead right now. I don't even know if I can continue to model after this. No, I can. I definitely can.
You cannot send Dylan to open it for you.
I cannot what?
I'll send Dylan to open it for me. No, you can't. Anderson might be able to open it though.
Well, you can send other players. Like that's the whole point of this system. That's what we want. We want players. You
Which
know
Dylan?
how. You know, Dylan, Bankai Dylan.
Oh, okay.
You know how other other MMOs. I'm asking you guys this questions directly, okay? Now, if you played any other MMO, everything is set for you, and that's what I hate about it. I hate the fact that you have to pick this class, you have to go this direction, you have to do this, you have to do that. We want an open world. You can go wherever the hell you want, any form of class, because there's no class system in Sword Art Online, so you'll be able to get your own custom classes, within reason, of course. Bounty hunting, stuff like player killing, so you can get player killed, but then there will also be players who hunt those player killers, so you can be a PKKer,
This is
like bounty hunting and such, and you can dedicate your entire time to being a PKKer. And you can make a name for yourself. You can become pretty damn big and famous and do whatever the hell you want. That's the kind of idea we want. We want it to be open world, you know. We want it to feel like another world instead of, something like a straight path, you know.
Oh, yeah, so this stream is going on quite a while.
Definitely. I think we can call closure on it now.
Yes,
Pull the curtains down.
I still have to upload this to YouTube, so what do you mean set the
Definitely.
boundaries?
I know you're by the way, I just want to say thank you for your question earlier, Cat2532. I know you only applied one question, but thank you anyway. You've kept your silence, but thanks for showing up.
Yes. Hold on, we have one more question. This, I cannot say the name for the life of me.
Suteki B?
Yes, that one.
It's simple.
I cannot say that.
Suteki B.
This will be the last question. What did you mean by boundaries?
Huh?
She asked,
What do you mean?
does the mayor set the boundaries? I'm just wondering.
Bounties.
Oh,
Bounties,
bounties.
bounties. Okay, bounties. No. The players...
No, it'll be a board.
The
It'll
players.
be a board. Like,
So,
yeah, the players do it. There's going to be a board somewhere in each town, which will have a bounty board, and it'll show you the most wanted players and such like that.
so say like...
You can take that as a quest from another person.
Yeah. So the players themselves will put up the bounties. And...
And the reward.
Yes.
And they have to apply the reward into like a box or something, which will be locked. And if somebody completes that quest, that reward automatically goes to that person for doing it.
Yes, the players pay for
Yeah.
it just like in
Yeah, the players
real life.
pay for it, but within reason. You can only... We're not too sure how to go about it because it could get very hectic if we just allow people to go ahead and put bounties on anyone, because they'll just be like, I'll put a bounty on this person, I don't even know him, or I'll put a bounty on my friend, haha, that'll be funny. You know, stuff like that.
The player has
We're
to
going to
be...
set it so that you have to actually have killed another person.
Yeah.
Or something along the lines of that. We'll work upon it for now, but we'll definitely implement it because it's a brilliant idea.
What I was thinking was, the player has to be killed by that player before he can set a bounty on him.
I don't know. That's a little bit rough, actually, because not everybody will have the revival crystal, and then not many bounties will be placed.
That's true.
So we'll work upon it at least. It's still a concept and work right now. Right now, though, guys, we just want to, you know.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Dear Lord, it is 6 a.m. here, and I'm still possibly going to move.
Oh my goodness, it is 10 p.m. here.
Yeah.
So, hold on, if you guys have any other questions that we did not answer, from now on we will be doing a live stream once a week.
Yeah, we'll be doing a live stream once a week, just to keep in contact with the community.
Yes.
You know, get closer to our fans, pretty much. You know, as we said, we don't see you as ants. We see you more as like family now. Hello, family.
Hello, Philip. I just hear a hiccup in the background. And if we did not answer any of your questions, make sure to go on the forums, and you can post your questions on there.
Okay, last question.
Yes.
Achievements. Maybe. Okay.
Maybe.
I reckon the achievements will only be for, you know, achievements in games these days are generally just like,
Oh my god, go here. Oh my god,
yeah,
you got
it's
an
like,
achievement.
Oh look, you pressed it, you jumped in the game. You get an achievement called Jumpy Jumper. You get so many achievements for most stupid shit. The achievements will only be for, like, legendary things. If somewhere in a certain climate, like the volcano area, or like a dragon, like, or not a dragon, but a mountain area, and you find a legendary dragon or some shit, and you defeat it with a party, or maybe solo if you're high enough level, then you will get achievement for that, and perhaps a title or something special. Obviously, you'll get something special for it. But yes, that is all. That is done. Questions
Website.
done. We're drawing the line.
Website
Thank you
will
for
be up
all of your
sometime this
questions.
week. That's all I have to say. Website will be up sometime this week. I'm having a coding error, and I'm fixing that right now, actually, so...
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
That's a wrap.
That's end rant. Yeah. Thank you all for your questions, guys.
I was
Thanks
surprised.
for all your dedication. Yeah. Thanks for your dedication. Thank you, Sateki, for the donations, and thank you, Mr. Anderson, for your massive donation.
Yes.
We will certainly give back to the community, and we hope to keep in touch with you all, because that's what we're about. As I said, as a last reminder, if you know anyone that is good with modeling
Oh
or
my god,
coding,
nope.
please point
Cutting
them
it
in our
off.
direction.
Cutting it off.
No, please. We need them. Come on, we need them. All right, we want to get this game out as soon as possible. So we need them.
Thank you Simon, Ben, and Adam. Those are the donators that we've had. So I'm
Yes.
thanking them by name.
Yeah. So thank you, Ade93, Bankai Dylan, Cat2532, Ritsu, Suteki B, and I think Nalo is Philip, is it not?
Yes.
Yes, man.
Thank you, Yola and Philip. Thank
Wait,
you
wait.
all for coming.